привіт-привіт. Даринка, кажи привіт-привіт. Кажи привіт-привіт. Привіт. Ням. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your guide Olena from Ukraine. Hi, everyone. And I stream to say to one person, have unhappy birthday. May this be the last birthday in your life. And may this be your death day. As you have probably guessed already, today is the birthday of the terrorist number one, the leader of the terrorist state of Russia, Vladimir Putin, which is nicknamed in Ukraine as Huilo, which is a very unique nickname, because usually we do not use these rude words here. Say hello. We are right now, I just picked up Katya from school. She had only 3 lessons. She has school week. She has 1 week she has online because all children do not fit in the bomb shelter. Air raids are every day. Taras is in the kindergarten, you know, when there is air raids siren, they go to the bomb shelter too. And me and Katya, meanwhile, and Darinka, we are here. If you followed my channel before the full-scale Russian invasion, this is where Katya was feeding the pigeons just before the war, when I was picking up her from school. This was our tradition. Katya likes nature, loves animals, loves birds. And this is her tradition to feed the pigeons. The pigeons are like the symbol of peace. And peace, this is what we all need in Ukraine and all over the world. Yes, Stefan, autumn is coming. Today is a very beautiful and sunny day. The leaves are already yellow and red. It was raining a lot in September. It was pretty cold in September, but this week it will be sunny and nice. This season is what we call the women's autumn. Babine lito, the women's summer, sorry. This is like a week, maybe 2 in the middle of October, usually in October, when it's very nice and sunny and beautiful. And this could be a really wonderful day. This could be the perfect, time for you to visit Ukraine and enjoy its wonderful nature, its wonderful weather. But unfortunately, you cannot do this because it's dangerous, it's not safe, and because the terrorist state of Russia attacked Ukraine. And we are still at war, and we do not really see an end to this. And today Putin is celebrating probably his birthday. I don't know how he feels, but I hope he feels bad, because Ukraine is liberating its territories, and I guess Putin doesn't feel well looking at this. Before the full-scale invasion, when there were discussions, like will he invade or not, and we thought it's so senseless that he will not. And then we were discussing with my husband when he could do this, and we looked at the calendar and saw that he has his birthday on the 7th of October. Since then, basically, I remember the date, and we thought maybe he will start it on the 7th of October as his birthday present, but then he attacked, and I thought, okay, maybe he wants, to destroy Ukraine and enslave Ukraine, and I don't know, become the king of the world by his birthday on the 7th of October. But thanks to Ukrainian people who are so brave and unbreakable, he didn't get this present for his birthday. what he gets is his defeat on the front line. I don't know any other person in history who could be so bad, you know. Today is his birthday, and I think that millions of people all over the world, you know, wish him not happiness and health, but wish him simply to die in pain, preferably. If not die, then, well, wait until the international tribunal. Because Putin is the criminal, he is the terrorist. And you know what I would like to say? That it would be, you know, simple and easy to say that this is only Putin's war, that he is the criminal and only he needs to be, you know, prosecuted and punished for all of this. But it's not like this. There is some problem with the morale of the Russian society, obviously. Yes. So what I'm saying that after when the invasion only started, you know, I was so naive and I believed that Russian people, they will stand up and protest. Because how can you stand for this kind of aggression? Yeah, any of you, would you, you know, support this kind of aggression? But they didn't. They didn't massively protest. And moreover, we saw that like more than 70% of people, of Russian people, really supported this invasion. And they were watching TV and saying, wow, we'll be in Kiev in 2 days. But after they were not in Kiev in 2 days, and after Ukrainian army with the support of the West basically started to liberate its territories and Putin had to declare his mobilization, Russians got upset and scared. They didn't want to participate physically in this war, so they started to flee from Russia, to run away. Does it mean that they do not support the war? Well, I have a question for you. Have you seen any protest against the war under Russian flags anywhere in any city? You know that hundreds of thousands of Russians have already fled Russia because they didn't want to be mobilized and they call themselves refugees because they run away from the war. But have you seen any of them on the streets of your city, on the streets of your capitals, protesting against Putin and protesting against the war? Let me know, because I haven't seen. You know, me neither. You know, now being abroad, there are no Russian police who could beat them, imprison them. No, they could go and protest, but they do not. Why? Why? Because you know what? They don't mind that Putin takes Ukraine. They are just upset that Putin is not, you know, terrorist enough, is not fascist enough, and that he did not, you know, conquer Ukraine in just 2-3 days. They blame Ukrainians for this, that they had to run away from their country, run away from mobilization. They say, fucking chokhli, Ukrainians. Because of you, we had to leave our homes. Why didn't you just obey, you know, and make friends with Russia under Russian conditions? Which means for us to just cancel our identity and be part of Russia. They blame America. They blame the other countries, like European countries and other countries who support Ukraine, that you supported Ukraine, and because of you, Ukraine is fighting very well and destroyed professional Russian army, and now they are forced to go to the army, to this war, but they preferred to watch it on TV and just celebrate, you know, Russian parade on Khreshchatyk Street. You've seen the parade on Khreshchatyk Street on the 24th of August, right? When there were many destroyed Russian tanks and other machinery installed on Khreshchatyk. So Russians will have only this kind of parade in Kiev, Ukraine, no other parades. And it's obvious, I think, for everybody that Russia is losing the war. It was obvious even, in March already. The question was only how many people Ukrainians would be killed before this happens, before the victory of Ukraine. And the faster we win, the faster peace will come back to our beautiful country. I cannot, hold myself and not mention Elon Musk here, because I think he is a genius, and he has Asperger's too, like my daughter Katya. But the bullshit that he was posting recently on Twitter is just, amazing. He says that he wants peace for Ukraine. He doesn't want many Ukrainians to die. This is why we have to give away, part of our territory to Russia. So what he is doing is trying to pacify the crocodile, trying to feed the crocodile, hoping that he will not be eaten last. He is with Hitler. Would you, make friends with Hitler and agree to be part of his world, to be part of his peace? I mean, Hitler wanted peace too, and his comrades. They wanted stability in the world. All the same like Putin. Now, Elon Musk said that he is afraid of nuclear war. Guys, I am afraid of nuclear war too. Just in the mid of September, I was looking at the calendar and I saw the 7th of October coming, and I thought, okay, if I was the worst civilian in the world, maybe I would make myself a present on my birthday when I'm 70 years old, and just destroy the fucking world who is against me, and just launch many nuclear missiles towards Ukraine and towards the other countries, and live the end of my peaceful life in the bunker with fountains and flowers. I was afraid of this day coming. In many kindergartens, parents had to sign a special paper that they agree that in case of nuclear attack, children will be given the iodine pills, and they were asked to give money for the respirators. Do you imagine, the same situation with your children? That you say, okay, if there is a nuclear attack, you can give my child an iodine pill and a respirator. Oh, Darina has a problem over there. Sorry. Darinka, give it to me. Up. But recently, when Katya was diagnosed with Asperger syndrome, now I'm reading more about Asperger's than news about what's happening in Ukraine. And I'm more concerned about this than about the nuclear attack. And suddenly today, when I saw the date on the calendar in the morning, I realized that, oh, this is the 7th of October. Fucking Huilo has his birthday. Huh. And I wasn't really afraid of this because, any nuclear attack, tactical nuclear attack, anything will not change much. He is doomed. He will be whether killed or prosecuted, because I don't see the other way how events can develop, Ukraine will win and the world will win. Otherwise, there will be no world. Now, coming back to the nuclear threats of Russia and Elon Musk saying that Ukraine has basically to surrender to avoid, to save the world, to avoid the nuclear war. Guys, Russia will be the threat as long as Russia has the nuclear arms. As long as the terrorist has the nuclear weapons, not only Putin, but Russia on the whole, it will be the threat to the world. So what we need is denazification of Russia and denuclearization of Russia, because such a terrorist does not have any right to possess nuclear arms. It will always be a threat to the world. will always be a big, big danger. Ukraine will do its best, but obviously we need help, and we feel and we see that we are helped. Whose birthday is it? This is the birthday of the terrorist number one, the head of the terrorist state. Uh, it's disgusting even to pronounce his name, of Vladimir Putin, of a piece of shit. What I wanted to share with you as well, that which is kind of a funny thing. Darina, stand up. Stand up. That we had very active discussions about the possibility of nuclear attack on Ukraine. Now in Ukraine we say, if not to cry, you'd better laugh. And love too. One lady posted on Facebook that in one closed Telegram group, she read a post that, guys, the nuclear attack is coming, so if you want to fulfill your, biggest and most secret sexual desires, let's organize an orgy on the hill called Shchekavitsa. And this post suddenly became so popular, and people started to discuss how we're gonna do this. We want to join. Even our top news channel, they arranged a live stream from this hill to see if people are coming, to prepare for the end of the world and to organize this sexual, mass sex. I didn't make a separate video for this. I'm sure if I did, it would have a lot of, how to say, many people would watch this. But I know that my audience, that you guys are very intelligent, and I didn't want to hurt your feelings and your morale. But in this live stream, I will just share it with you. This is how we basically react. People are seriously discussing the possibility of the nuclear attack on Ukraine. Me, myself, I have iodine pills at home, I have respirators, I have not rubber coats, but the raincoats. I have a lot of tape to seal the windows and ventilation system in case if this attack happens. But as many others, I do not believe this will really happen because it doesn't make sense. What worries me a lot is that before the full-scale Russian invaded, I was feeling the same. I was standing just here. Katya was feeding the pigeons on the 23rd of February. It was the sunny day, cool but sunny. I was in the same coat, and I was saying that Putin will not attack because it doesn't make sense. So now I'm feeling the same, but I know that I'm a bad fortune teller because Putin attacked, because there were no Russia protests for peace against the war in Russia. And there are still no. Ні, все добре, дякую. Все добре, не холодно. Не холодно. The lady is asking, isn't she cold without the hat? This is how our babushkas always react when they see a child without a hat. I think even in the summertime. So I don't know what's coming next. Yeah, I know a lot about radiation from my Chernobyl work. So I know how to protect as much as possible myself and my family. But now many people in Ukraine know this because many, mass media prepared special instructions what to do, a lot of information. So now people in Ukraine are very much educated on the matter of nuclear attack and radiation. Yes, Putin is capable of anything, and I don't think I think we should really take it seriously, this threat. And we have to keep in mind that as long as Russia has these nuclear weapons, it's not safe. It's not safe anywhere. Hey, Darinka is sweet, right? I'm reading your comments. Thank you for these words. I share like absolute most of your comments. I agree, and thank you for your support. And keep supporting Ukraine. Now, I wanted to say one more thing about Russian people. I said that they do not protest abroad, and most of them still support the war, but they are just upset and disappointed that the war is so long and that Ukraine is not, conquered very fast and effectively, and they are not celebrating the victory day in their Russian Kiev, which is not Russian, which is Ukrainian, right, Darina? Like, I do not ask you to attack Russians on the streets wherever and whenever you see them. I still believe that there are good Russian people, maybe not brave enough. And there are some brave Russian people too in Russia, all these, lonely protests, so few if we think that there are 144 million people, but they exist, I mean. But there is one question that you can ask, and you will have that diagnosis. You can ask, to whom belongs Crimea? Is it Ukraine? And when you get the answer, you will understand to whom you are talking to. If they say about historical Russia, I mean, let's talk about historical Turkey, because Turkey was there for longer. Let's talk about historical Greece, because the south of Ukraine and Crimea were settled by Greek people in the ancient time, and they are the first documented people who lived on the territory of Ukraine. So maybe Crimea belongs to Greece then. Let's talk about historical Poland, that was one of the biggest countries in Europe some time ago. Yeah, let's talk about historical Lithuania, who was a very powerful commonwealth. But we are not talking about this anymore. Yes, we have the safe world to live in. We have boundaries that shouldn't be violated. We have countries that should be respected. Not based on the size of the country, not based on the size of its army and the amount of arms and the presence of the nuclear weapons. We just have to respect each other and not kill each other, not destroy each other. For God's sake. On which level is our civilization right now? Maybe you mentioned my colorful nails. I just realized that I'm showing always it to you. Katya asked me to make it colorful, so I did it for her. She has colorful nails too. Katya, will you show your nails? Покажешь ногтики? Ты жуешь липтик? Katya is eating bread together with pigeons. So she has animals' nails. They are yellow. А давай тепер зробимо прапор України. But if we put together our nails, it will be the flag of Ukraine. Yellow and blue, blue and yellow. By the way, Taras colored his nails too, but on his toes, not on his fingers, because other kids in the kindergarten would laugh at him, he said. So he decided to hide it under his socks. But he loves colorful nails too. This is one of the fun things that we with kids were always doing, coloring each other's nails. These are my first colorful nails since the full-scale Russian invasion. I hope not the last ones. I'm worried about Katya. She's old enough to understand what is going on. Well, basically this is a problem, and in the last 4 days I see that Katya is very sad and always tired. This is my pain. I see that she is in depression, basically. She needs my help to do everything, to dress up, to take off her clothes, everything. She still wants to go to school, and that inspires me a lot. But she doesn't want to eat. But now I saw her eating bread, so I'm happy.
Знаєш, що з моїм режимом їжі сталося?
Потім розкажеш. Потім розкажеш.
Їм мало, але час.
Okay, she said I will eat a little, but more often. That's good. That's a good option. I agree.
Я буду їсти.
What else I wanted to say? I wanted to have a brief live stream, but I'm a too talkative person, I believe. For those of you who watched this video till the end, for those of you to the most devoted of you who watched this video till the end, I wanted to ask to pray for my friend whose name is Pastor. Maybe some of you for sure remember that I was asking for donations for him, and miraculously just in one day you donated the money that was enough to buy a minivan for his military department. So Pastor, right now while I'm talking to you, he is in one of the hottest places of the front line, and please pray for him. He is very religious person. This is why his nickname is Pastor. And he really believes in God, and that into the power of pray. I'm sorry, I don't believe this much. But as he believes, I will ask you to pray for him, for his safety. There is his wife waiting for him. There are 4 children waiting for him. Well, 2 of them are like 23 and 18, I think, already years old, but the other 2 are small. The smallest boy is a little older than Darina, but he voluntarily left to the front line, to the army. He went to the army to protect his family, to protect his country, to protect the freedom, to protect the world, basically. So please pray for him.
Все, голуби тепер доїдають. Я вже доїла свій хліб.
Well, I think this is the end. Darinka. Darina explores everything around here. She wants to be independent. Darin. And she will be. She's dancing right now. You see her? She is dancing over there. He also has a big family. Can't he come back? Well, I don't know what about legally, because you need to have at least 3 children under 18 years old. But I believe his 2 children already had 18. But even if they didn't, or maybe they do not have it, this is his personal decision. I never ask him about this. I was not talking to him very often, because I do not want to take his attention from his family and from his kind of work. And I believe any free minute that he has, he'd better spend on his family, but not on me. We have, like, his friends have a group now in one of the protected messengers, where he promised, to post from time to time how is he. And today there was a short message that he is on the place and he is fine. Okay guys, I don't want to cry on the camera. I will do it later. Thank you for your attention. Wish Putin a death day today for his birthday. And have a nice day. Have a nice day yourself. Goodbye. Darina, say bye-bye. 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 Кажи пока-пока. Пока-пока. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Что это? Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Все нормально, тут безпечно і виробляється.